Welcome to Miami Luxury Insiders. My name is Allan. I'm a chef running luxury catering in Miami. Today I have Tatiana with me. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you for the invitation.
So it's not your first podcast, right? You already did interview.
Yeah, I've like interviews, yes.
So I would like to have a presentation about yourself, who you are, where you come from, and what you do.
Okay, my name is Tatiana Nicholls. I'm from Colombia. I've been in Miami since 2009. I've been always a foodie. So 12 years ago, I started a blog called Local Eats, local with K underscore eats, where I start recommending restaurants. After doing that for many years, I started working with restaurants, managing their social media. And being inside the restaurants, I noticed that people know the restaurants but not the chefs. So I wanted to open a space for people to know the chefs, for the chefs to create what really are they're about. I create a concept called Local Kitchen where chefs cook in front of guests, a 5-course tasting menu. Allan have been, I started this 8 years ago. I already had 150 chefs cooking there. And it's a different experience, very intimate, and now I have a new project.
You value the chefs recommending restaurants. This is the chef. That's what I feel when I came to Local Kitchen. I feel like I'm someone valuable.
That's the idea for people to know the chefs, look where the inspiration is, what they're passionate about. I had chefs that come from an Italian restaurant and their dream is to open a Greek restaurant because they're from Greece. So that night people are expecting them to cook what he offers at the restaurant, but then they cook a Greek dinner, and that's the idea for chefs to see how people react to this new concept.
And you're from Colombia, right?
From Colombia. Since I was little, the best plan for me was to go out for dinner. I always explore different cuisines, so that's where it came from.
Wow.
My passion for food. Like a year and a half ago, I opened another concept called the Caviar Lady, caviar service, where I have some models serving caviar in events, art galleries, birthdays, real estate events. So that's the new project.
So you came to the US like 17 years ago.
Yeah. My family was living in Atlanta, so my brother and my mom, I went there in 2007. I stayed for a couple of years. I had a cousin living in Miami, and I came to live with her. I finished my bachelor degree in Miami, and then I started working in sales, in marketing. I started with the blog. I decided to focus more on all this, and I started managing social media for restaurants.
I'm here 10 years ago.
Yeah, I used to go. You can go to a different restaurant every day, and you don't have to repeat.
That's crazy. You mentioned about your blog, Local Eat.
Yeah.
When did you create it?
Like 12 years ago.
And why did you decide to create this blog?
I was visiting different restaurants, and people always ask me for recommendations. Tatiana, I'm in Aventura. Where should I go? Tatiana, I'm in
Yes.
Miami Beach. I'm like, you know what? I need to put this information on, and I decided to start the blog and put in all the recommendations. And after I had 5,000 followers, they started inviting me to try different restaurants and write about them, and that's how I get started.
Now you have 60K on this Instagram.
I visit 4 or 5 restaurants per week. That's how I know chefs that I invite to cook to Local Kitchen. Every time I visit a restaurant, I'm like, wow, this chef is doing something special. I invite him to cook at my space.
It's about Local Kitchen. You opened Local Kitchen about 2018 approximately, I guess,
Yes.
like after Local Eats.
I saw a documentary called 42 Grams. It was a chef from Chicago. He was cooking at his house. He was a very talented chef. And I'm like, I want to do that. I put a table in a small studio. The first dinner, all my friends came. The second dinner, someone saw it on Instagram and they booked the next one.
That's a unique concept here. I mean, you are the only one doing that almost.
There's many chefs that cook in their houses or
Yes.
they do private things, but not like me, that every time you go to Local Kitchen, it's a different chef, a different concept, going to a different.
Sometimes chefs that work for a restaurant, their cuisine is a bit different. Sometimes you go to a restaurant and the owner of the restaurant, you can know the personality of the chef.
Yeah. Normally, if they own the restaurant, they want to explore what they do. But if they just work in the restaurant, they create something different. I had a chef from Baja California in Mexico where it's not very famous, the guacamole. And it's Miami, and they didn't want to put guacamole on the menu. And because it's Miami, they end up doing what the public wanted. In Local Kitchen, is just up to them.
You have to adapt to the client. Local kitchen give the opportunity to the chef to do whatever he wants. That's a
Yes,
great
I
step.
have two different concepts. One is I open up a dinner and people can purchase the tickets and it's a chef. The guests want a French dinner and they choose the menu. So I'm flexible. If it's up to the chef, we record the dinners, we do interviews to the chefs for exposure.
When I did at your place, it was very good. Thank you for that.
I met you the first time you cooked with me. I wanted to know your
Of
cuisine.
course, 100%.
And then after I tried it and I like it, we did a lot of events.
Yes, we did
A
events.
lot of events for brands in other places. We worked
yes,
in
also.
weddings.
You have very good contact. You have a nice agenda with people. It's very important. So you do also those tours in Europe
Yes.
sometime.
Yeah, so when I travel, my main focus on every trip is the food. So I decided to create gastronomic tours where the main focus of the trip is the food. So I did Mexico City, Oaxaca, and then the Basque Country, and we went to France next to the Basque Country. It's San Juan de Luz. Okay, so we did a tour there. And I've done like 3 to Mexico and 1 to Europe. I organize everything, the hotels, the transportation, all the reservations. People just have to purchase their ticket and I organize everything. And even what they're gonna eat. I already choose all the menus, all the experiences. Of course, we go around with a local guide.
It's well planned.
But the
Yes.
main focus of the trip
Food.
is
I try food, but mostly in Europe. I travel a lot, but I never went to nice restaurant in Mexico. They become more famous in Latin America with Mexico. Even Colombia have a nice restaurant.
the cuisine in Mexico is one of my favorite. Mexico
Yes.
City is getting back to being more expensive lately. I love Mexico, Oaxaca, exploring different cultures. Mexico City is amazing. Oaxaca has amazing food as well.
What is one of the dish that is special over there? Like what you like to eat over there?
The Mexican cuisine in different types of presentations. So it's not just like tacos, and every region has different types
Exactly,
of
because-
cuisine. In Colombia, it's starting to get much better, but before you didn't find those type of chefs doing high-end type of cuisine. In Mexico, you find
Yeah.
this type of experiences. It's very interesting what you find in Mexico, what the chefs are doing with local ingredients, but taking it to a level.
Yes, amazing.
And of course, the Basque Country was amazing as well. We went to Bilbao, San Sebastian, to La Rioja to explore the wines. And in Bilbao, we went to Surmendi. It was like the
Yes.
experience of my life. I've been in 3 Michelin stars in Chicago.
Yeah,
US
no,
is
that's
different.
completely different.
Here in the US, it's just a tasting menu, of course, caviar. But there is an experience.
Oh,
Go
it's
through an
completely
edible
different.
garden, and then you pass and do a picnic in the kitchen
Yeah,
with
it's
the chef,
experience.
and then you sit down. So it's
Yeah,
a different.
it's completely different. In US, the culture, but it's growing. New York always have the top restaurant, and Miami is growing also. Yes, 100%. Did you have the chance also to eat at the Michelin restaurant?
In France. No, I didn't. I just visited our.
You think because it's France, you're gonna eat very good everywhere, but it's not true.
I went to some touristic place, Le Trembleu. I
Le
didn't love
Trembleu.
it. The food was beautiful, but
It's more tourist. Now let's talk about the Caviar Lady.
I started working with the brand Antonius Caviar. It's a caviar from Poland. My thing is the event. So I'm like, I want to do something with this caviar. Caviar is very trendy right now. In Miami, it's a good place to have caviar as
Yes.
well. Sometimes when I do events with chefs, I'm the host. I'm not the chef. I
Yes.
wanted to have something of my own, a service that they need me. I wanted to have my own product, and I decided to create this Caviar Lady experience with a designer, some beautiful outfits for these models.
Yes,
We
I
did
saw.
luxury bags, and the presentation is in edible rings,
Yeah.
edible crackers, blinis, potatoes. So the models carry this bag and they go around the event giving these bites to the
And where's the idea from the bag come from?
the first service that I saw like this was with oysters, and I wanted to do something different. So people sometimes
You have like a
yeah,
belt or
a
something.
belt, but in the belt you cannot carry the rings. You just
Yes.
have to carry blinis. So I wanted to do something different. When I created the Caviar Lady, I didn't saw any other person doing it. When I was in the process of designing and everything, there was a couple of
Yes.
companies already doing it. And I wanted to do something different. I think it's more luxury. I do it more formal, elegant.
Yes, it's elegant. I
Yeah.
think it was a great idea. It matched well with who you are.
I get people impressed with the presentation and the rings,
ring.
but also with the caviar that I use because
Yes,
Caviar is another world, and not every caviar is good. And I think 80% or 90% of caviar we try out there is bad.
But first of all, when you go to any place that sell caviar, they're gonna sell you whatever. Everything is called caviar. It's not like that. For example, in France, the fish egg, when it's no caviar, it's called œuf de lampe, never caviar. It's like calling a prosecco or champagne.
People are impressed with the flavor of the caviar because it's the
It's
best
top-notch,
quality.
yeah,
They own the farms in Poland. They wait 10 to 13 years on the sturgeon to be ready.
Wow.
Siberian, 13 to 16 years to be ready. So it's the best quality out there.
And at the end, how did you do the ring? Did you find someone to do it?
I have chefs the rings for me, but it's not a cheap service because each ring is designed by a chef. The caviar is the best caviar out there.
It's not that easy to make it. I'm curious, how did you end up? Because you have a square on top of the ring.
Yeah.
So at the end, how you stick it together?
I have different presentations. I
Yes.
love people having the blinis with the caviar. The ring is more to hold the
Yes,
caviar.
yes.
Cracker, it has to be a
Very
little
little
bit
bit sweet.
is to hold the bomb. I do them in the edible
Oh,
ring,
okay.
and after they eat the caviar, they can eat the cracker as a dessert.
It's always better to eat the caviar by itself if you want to taste it.
The right way. Everyone likes to do it in
For
their
sure.
hands, so that's why it is the ring.
I really like the caviar that you offer because it's not too salty.
People say, no, I don't like caviar. And then when they see a lot of people trying the caviar, they're like, oh, wow, it's amazing. Let me try it again. And they try this one and they're like, wow, it's not what I expected. Yeah.
People all the time buy the wrong caviar. It's the cheap one. Sometimes they sell it for expensive, but it's super salty or fishy.
Yeah.
This one is very good.
Buttery.
It's smooth.
Yeah, we have Siberian, 5-star and 6-star. And we have Osetra, 5-star and 6-star.
What's the difference between the stars, like 5 or 6 stars?
The size of the raw. The 6-star is bigger.
It's best when it's
My favorites are the Siberian 6-star and the Osetra 6-star. Those two are my favorite. Most of the caviars come from China. They wait 5 years for the sturgeon to be ready. We wait 10 to 16 years. So you have a better product. Antonio's Caviar own the farms in the nature. It's not a tank. Most of the companies don't own the farms. So they buy bulks from different farms like ours. They buy different bulks from different farms. Jars are repacked.
they're repacked.
And they mix it with other brands.
Yeah, I didn't know that. It's very interesting.
Most known caviar is not good quality. Puration is 110 days after the sturgeon. The sturgeon takes 30 minutes to get into the tin. And the first time open is in front of the guest. Other caviars, they receive the bulk. We don't know when they do the expiration, when they repack it.
I saw some people frozen the caviar. When you defrost,
A lot of chefs open the caviar and to use it in 24 hours. So you open it.
because after
They change
it's
it.
completely changed
More about
and the
the
quality of the product.
The caviar that I use, I had in my fridge after 1 month expire. It's perfect, but they're strict.
If you want the best experiences, you have to eat like
exactly.
without the 24-hour.
Yeah, 24 hours. When it has the expiration date, I try a month after and it's perfect. But
Yeah.
just for me.
Mix a little bit with something and that's
Yeah.
it. That's good. Okay. Now let's talk about Miami and what it became. So you have been here 17 years ago. You arrived
Yeah.
there. You have seen Miami growth a lot now. So
Yeah.
what was the big difference between when you came and right now?
A lot of restaurants, people not doing them right. I had worked in many restaurants, and when you see that they do things correctly, they open when they're ready to have a good menu, a good service. Restaurants open and they try it after they don't do marketing. So it's a lot of things that make it work or not. And in Miami, to open a restaurant, you have to have a lot of money because you need a PR agency,
crazy.
you need marketing, you need a team.
I see sometimes restaurant opening up 2 months after close.
People think they're gonna open and they're gonna have lines of people waiting.
No,
And
not like that.
the time people is going to open a restaurant here, I'm like, no, don't do
No,
it.
I think it's one of the worst business that you can very hard, especially here in Miami. And also the rent and everything, you have to have a lot of money.
People ask
to do
me,
that.
so your dream is to have a restaurant? I'm like,
No,
no.
I'm just keeping inviting chef at home. That's it. What do you think Miami makes Miami different compared to other city like New York or Los Angeles?
Food, I don't know if New York has amazing food, Chicago as well, but I just like the city. Being Latin is very comfortable. The weather is close to South America. There's a lot of people from everywhere. The beach. Miami is getting very expensive, but it still have better amenities than New York. It's my favorite city in the US. It's the only city that I see myself live.
For entrepreneurs or business owners, Florida.
Are moving here.
Since COVID from New York, Los Angeles, I started having clients coming from over there since 2020.
The taxes help.
If you are an entrepreneur and you want to start a business, Florida is a very good place where to start. There's a lot of opportunities, growth potential here.
There was not a lot of industries here. More companies are moving here, so it's a place to be.
Too much construction.
Miami is going to be a different Miami in 3 years.
New York, weather.
Everything is new.
Miami.
It's already good, but it's going to get better.
I love Japanese food.
I love omakase. It depends. There's different prices. I love hand rolls. There's a place in Wynwood which is called Pari Pari that I love for hand rolls, good prices, good quality. If you want to go upscale for omakase, LU omakase in Coral Gables, Mila omakase, top of the line. I want to visit the one from Yasuhiro Tanaka, Raymond Lee. The omakase for me is the best experience.
Their food is amazing. So they work mostly with seafood, fish, but if you like those type of things, it's delicious.
There's a steakhouse in Coral Gables, raw steakhouse is really good because it has beautiful setup, good quality, and the prices are very accessible. Pastil is a great place to have lunch. I love the ends, the prices, everything.
It's French, but French restaurant here, I never find one very good.
I visit one in a neighborhood bistro in Miami Beach. It was good, very authentic. The chef is always Semilla is the name.
Semilla.
Pastis is a good place. The artichokes are the best. The most authentic that I've tried. Have you been?
No, but
a lot of exercise, like 5 times per week.
When I came to this country, I was in good shape because I exercised a lot. I didn't have a family. And family, business, we're starting again. It's important.
It's very important.
And obviously, there is a lot of Latin influence in Miami. And what do you think of the Latin restaurant in Miami?
Yeah, I think Miami has a really good representative of Peruvian cuisine. I've been in Peru. There's a good representation of Peruvian cuisine here. We have very good restaurants, good Mexican places as well.
But not in Mexico. It's more close over there. They have a crazy cuisine.
It's amazing. My next tour is going to be in Peru. I was planning to go in September, but I think I'm going to change it. It's going to be very busy and I haven't planned everything. Yeah, it's amazing. Lima, Cusco, Machu Picchu, and Valle Sagrado.
You have been to this restaurant, the famous restaurant in Peru. What is his name already?
I haven't been to any of those. I know the chefs. The chef from Maido came to Miami and he did a dinner. One of the best experiences. It was amazing. They have amazing cuisine there.
So Peru is the next trip for you.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Between all these things that you're doing, how you decide to put your focus on? For example, right now your focus is on the Caviar Lady?
Yes. Right now my focus on local kitchen is doing more corporate events and birthdays and the group. Before it was just selling tickets one by one. That is changing and I'm focusing more on having groups. And Caviar Lady is something new, so yeah, doing more advertising.
More focus on
the Caviar Lady. And I still manage social media for restaurants. I still visit restaurants. I know a lot of chefs. Tatiana, I'm doing a new menu.
Okay. Do you have a future project in mind? What you see you in 2-3 years?
No, I want to grow the Caviar Lady with a cart and doing more caviar stations. Things like this. Yeah.
In a cart or something?
Growing Caviar Lady, focusing on corporate events with local kitchen and the trips as well, doing a couple, 2 or 3 trips per year. The goal. I like big events because with you, we do weddings, corporate events, but right now investing on advertising for people to get more of
It's not easy to find those type of
contacts because I think there's a lot of companies doing there, but they have to know you.
Marketing is most important because people don't know you, you don't have work. Find you.
The Caviar Lady is the Caviar Lady and underscore at the end. The kitchen is local with K, underscore at the end. And local eats with K as well. Local kitchen is for dinner experiences and the Caviar Lady for the caviar service.
The caviar. And last question, who you think I should sit down next time for the podcast? Do you have someone to recommend?
Someone called Nidal. He has an agency called Glutonomy. He works with San Pellegrino and he does Lengua conference. We bring in chefs. He's a good person to interview. Also, Chertiu. She works with Michelin. She's a writer. She has worked with CNN. She works with 50 Best. Those two are
You put me in contact with
Yeah,
them.
thank you for choosing me for your first.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that you support. It's important for me. Let's hope I will work with
working
you again.
together.
Thank you.